Hey there, pal. So, you've been curious about coding, right? Great, I'm about to take you on a mini journey through the basics of even and odd numbers using Python. Now, we already know what even and odd numbers are, so let's get straight into how we check for them using Python. See, in the programming world, especially in Python, everything is about creating rules or conditions to control how our scripts behave. The beauty of this, my friend, is how simple and powerful such rules can be. A function to check if a number is even or odd might seem basic, but, believe me, this kind of learning is like building Rome, one brick at a function at a time. We will dive into this together while keeping it super conversational, just like old pals chatting it up. Alright, let's start with understanding what makes a number even or odd. Any number that can be divided by 2 without a remainder is even, like 4, 14, and 52, you see. Numbers with a remainder when divided by 2, that's our odd gang, like 3 and 47. Enough of the talk, let's write some code together. We are going to create a simple function that checks if a number is even or odd. Python definite check underscore even underscore odd. If number %2 is equal to 0, return it's an even number, else return it's an odd number. Here % is our modulus operator, dividing our number by 2. If there's nothing left over after the division, you guessed right, it's even. If not, it's odd. Let's try this out on a few numbers. Just run the function with different values. For instance, Python print hey presto. The code will let us know if each number is even or odd. Notice how no big fancy libraries or tools are needed. Python's simple enough for someone just getting to grips with programming, you know. It's a great platform to start with as a newbie. Now, this simple function will work great for one-off checks, but what if we want to keep track of even and odd numbers we input over time? Let's modify our code a bit to store these numbers somewhere. Python definite collect underscore even underscore odd, evens is equal to odds is equal to for number in numbers. If number %2 is equal to 0, evens dot append else, odds dot append return evens, odds. Here, we are looping through all our numbers, applying the even odd check, and storing these numbers in evens and odds lists respectively. A cool tidbit is we are using Python's list to store our even and odd numbers. It's like keeping score in our even-odd game. Let's test it with a few numbers together. Python print, this will return to lists with the even and odd numbers. This is a little more complex than our first function, but still very much within the realm of Python novices. This code shows the beauty of Python, concise, readable, and most importantly, understandable if you take the time to go through it. We can also make this even more interactive by accepting user input. Python user underscore input is equal to input numbers is equal to list, evens, odds is equal to collect underscore even underscore odd. Print here, Python collects our input numbers, processes these through our function and then prints our even and odd numbers. This brings our simple script to life. All the user needs to do is input their numbers. I know this is your first brush with Python, and it can feel a bit daunting. But trust me, understanding even and odd checks is like learning to tie your shoes. It gets easier as we repeat the process. Feel free to experiment more with the code. There are endless ways to tweak and refine it to cater to different programming situations. That's just the magic of Python. Remember, the key here is understanding what we want our code to do. From there, Python will kindly take care of the rest. It might seem difficult at first, trusting an automated system to do your work, but once you get hold of it, it's like having your own personal assistant. You just tell it what to do and it gets right down to business. So, next time you want to know if a number is even or odd, you've got yourself a handy little Python function. And remember, Python is cool, but there's so much more to explore. So why not expand into learning other languages as well? Each has its strengths, after all, just like us humans. If you are still intrigued and want to keep learning, just visit neeraj.qzz.io to explore more Python tutorials and keep expanding your Python abilities. And hey, if you liked what we did today, don't forget to subscribe and check out the TechLab for more such programming conversations. Happy coding!